Adobe Express is a website that allows you to have an all-in-one content creation, management, and distribution platform for all your marketing needs. If this is your first time here, my name is Jay, and this is the Everyday AI channel where we teach you how you can use AI in your daily lives. So yeah, this is the 100th episode and exciting to be doing this one. Hence why I decided to put JI away and come on camera in person. I've been posting every day on YouTube for the last 100 days, and it's taught me a lot. I mean, I was always a consistent and disciplined person, but yeah, it's been interesting, the sort of opportunities that have come out of it. Yeah, I'm very grateful to everyone that's been watching, everyone who's dedicated to constantly improving themselves, dedicated to personal growth and development at all times. This is the channel for anyone who's really into that kind of stuff. So I'm going to dive right into this here. And this episode is particularly special because I recently got a certificate from Adobe as a content creator and marketer, which is really exciting. And I'm actually also doing some work with Adobe as well for a creative skills program that I'm actually running with a few colleagues of mine. So we're teaching students across the UK and the US and a few other parts of the world. And yeah, it's exciting to show them how they can actually use Adobe tools to market any sort of product, service, or personal brand that they wish to portray to the world. So yeah, we're going to dive right into here, and thanks again for watching and being here for this very special 100th episode. Once you get onto the website, which is express.adobe.com, you'll be presented with this page here. And from here, there are quite a few things you can do. So you can start off by uploading some of your content. You can start off by generating some images. You can explore quick actions or browse through the templates. You can also use Adobe Express to generate QR codes, remove backgrounds, create logos, generate flyers. There's a whole lot of stuff you can do here. Presentations, web pages, and even animate characters. Now, of course, there's a lot that this platform provides. I'm, of course, going to focus specifically on the AI aspects. So I'm going to dive right in to the Generate with AI section that allows us to generate custom images based off of prompts. And as you can see, there are a few things we can do. We can generate images straight away. We can remove objects. We can insert objects. We can generate templates. We can generate text effects, generate videos, and we can also generate similar sort of products with similar aesthetic. And we can even make clips as well. So yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff we can do here. I'm going to go for the generate image section, and yeah, we're going to dive right into this. Cool. Okay, so as you can see on the left here, we've got a few reference images we can actually use. We've of course got the prompt box, and it's telling us to use colors, locations, objects, people, textures, and more. Three things I always like to add to my image prompts are lighting, angles, and I always want to select the dimensions as well. Now, sometimes you may need to prompt the dimensions right there in the prompt box, and sometimes you can just click on a drop-down bar that will allow you to select whichever dimensions you want. Cool, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to generate an image, quite a random one. I'm going to go for generate an image of a lion riding a motorcycle. Now, whenever you want to test an image generator, you ideally want to use prompts that reflect a visual or a design or an image that you actually wouldn't see very much of in real life. Because of course, these LLMs have been trained on a lot of actual images. So how they perform when it comes to, I guess, images and visuals that you wouldn't normally see in real life, I think is one of the truest testament of just how capable they are at generating images. So like I said, I always like to add lighting. So I'm going to say cinematically, or better still, dynamically cinematic lighting. I'm going to say wide angle, and the dimensions I'm going to put as dimensions. I'm going to leave it at 1, 1. If I click on here, I can actually select a style reference if I want. Now I can actually upload an image. So as you can see, we've got an example down here. I can also select the composition. And the composition is sort of like what kind of shapes you want to mimic, right? And these shapes are, I guess, more or less rough. But of course, it just references a sort of arrangement that you might want to keep when you're generating this image. And of course, lastly, we've got the type of content. So you can choose auto, photo, graphic, or art. I'm going to click photo. And then you can also select styles. And the interesting thing is you can also combine styles, which is really cool. The styles are categorized into a few different categories. So you've got themes, techniques, effects, and materials. So you can actually, let's say we go for a vaporwave style, and then we also go for a science fiction style. You can go into techniques and also start selecting like paintings. And then, yeah, you can see all the ones you've selected by clicking on here, and you can also clear all of them just by clicking on here as well. So I'm actually going to clear all of these, and the style I actually want to use, I'm going to go and look for it. So I'm going to go for something psychedelic and minimal at the same time. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add the location here and say through a desert. Let's say through a Dubai desert. And then I'm going to click generate, and let's see what we get. Cool. Okay, interesting. So we've actually got 4 images that were generated here. I'm going to zoom in. Okay, cool. So as you can see here, we got a bit of morphing on here, but this is just how image generation works. You want to generate a lot of images and then pick the best one. Cool. Okay, so you can see here, this lion's got human legs, which is quite interesting. But the good thing about Adobe Express is you can easily just generate more at the click of a button. So we can just keep going through this until we get one that we actually like. I think this one's decent. You've kind of got its paw over there, but the face and the hands are not that clear. So I'm going to see what else we got here. Okay, this one's pretty cool. I think this one makes a lot of sense. This one actually looks, yeah, I think this is the best so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on here. I'm going to click submit feedback. And I'm going to say this one was good. Prompt interpreted accurately. That's my favorite one so far. This one's pretty cool as well. I like the kind of side profile. Interesting. Got this one as well. It looks like a guy just wearing a lion suit. There we got this one as well. This one looks pretty cool too. So I'm going to stick with this one. And yeah, from here, I can actually, start doing some interesting effects. So what I'm going to do here is, let's say I'm going to go and put this filter on. I think this filter is pretty cool. Let's see. Don't want to put it on too much. I'm going to go into this here. Cool, I'll leave that there. Might just give it a bit of a tint, but nothing too intense. Something like, yeah, something very slight. Cool, I'll leave that there. And then, yeah, you can also decide to add some shadows as well if you like. Cool, and there we have it. So now I've just generated this image. If I ever want to go and edit the image, I can just click on it. I can choose to remove the background. I can erase certain aspects. I can remove certain objects. What I really like about this particular image is the way this shadow has actually been portrayed as well. You can also adjust things. You can change the roundness of the corners, which is quite cool. So you can even like make it into pretty much a circle and use it potentially as a profile image. And yeah, there's a lot you can do with it. You can change the opacity. Yeah, so you can start using images that you generate immediately in your marketing assets or for any sort of content creation solutions. Now, I think this is really cool. I think this is definitely the future. Learning how to prompt for images will be particularly important, especially because videos are one of the most important things in AI content generation. And of course, it's always best to go from image to video as opposed to from text to video, because image to video gives you a lot more control. And of course, I think the image generation engine on Adobe Express is actually, yeah, pretty much the best on the market right now. Of course, a lot changes in the AI space and it always moves very rapidly, but yeah, Adobe Express is definitely one of my favorite ones. I've actually been using it for a very long time now, pretty much since I heard it came out. And yeah, it's great to be, actually working with Adobe to teach a lot of students how they can use platforms like this. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share it with a friend or someone you work with if you found it that useful. And yeah, I'm actually pleased to announce I've launched one of my first digital products, which is a 7-day prompting ebook. I've called it Perfecting Prompt, and it's essentially a 7-day crash course on how you can improve your prompting so that you can supercharge your productivity. Now, I think prompting is a skill that, everyone definitely needs to learn. Everyone is essentially a large language model because how they respond to you is based on 3 things, which is how you prompt them, so what you say and how you act around them, the quantity of data they've been trained on, how long they've been alive, and the quality of data they've been trained on, which is the quality of their lived experience. Now, learning how to prompt and essentially being an articulate person has definitely opened so many doors for me in my life. And I think really and truly, once you learn how to prompt large language models, you start learning how to prompt people in the real world. it's going to be an absolute game changer for, your actual relationships. And when you know how to actually work with a large language model, it can actually allow you to communicate with people in the best way possible. I don't think LLMs just create content for us. I think they also create all forms of communications, and they also create context, which is very, very important in personal and business lives as well, so that people actually have a clear understanding of the situation that's actually going on. And that, of course, is a great way to minimize any chances for misunderstandings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the link to perfecting prompts below. It's actually on my website right now, which is jjohnson.co.uk. And yeah, I'm really keen to see what you guys think of it. I put in a lot of work into it, and in there I actually include some frameworks that I teach to global corporations, as most of my work is really from providing workshops and solutions to startups and corporations. So yeah, if you're interested in improving your prompting capabilities and your ability to communicate, create context, and create content, then yeah, definitely check it out. And yeah, thanks for watching. It's been an amazing 100 days. And yeah, I can't wait for the next 100. I don't know when I'm actually going to, when or if I'm going to stop this. I guess we'll see how things go in terms of, how things perform and, how my personal and business life goes. But yeah, for now, I think making it a priority to learn about this transformational technology on a daily basis is something absolutely everyone should be prioritizing. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not even one of those tech bros. I'm just a guy who understands that the future is always already here, but it will never be evenly distributed among the population. And the key to staying ahead is to be well informed and connected. I honestly just see this technology as the next stage in human microevolution, and I just want to make sure I don't get left behind in the development and growth of the human species. The technology itself is very interesting, but I'm purely fascinated by how I can actually apply it to improve everything about my life, my health, wealth, levels of creativity, and of course, my ability to interact with people, the relationships that I have, and the knowledge I can apply. So thanks again for watching. This is the Everyday AI channel. My name is Jay, and this is our 100th episode. Hope to see you very soon. Take care.